Most people's mornings consist of being abruptly and aggressively woken up by an alarm clock, immediately picking up their phone, checking text messages, emails, maybe even social media as well, drinking copious amounts of caffeine, skipping breakfast, or eating a breakfast that sends your body down a blood glucose roller coaster for the rest of the morning and the day. And yeah, this is most people's average morning. And every single thing that we do from the moment we wake up, and yes, I mean every little thing, contributes to us either having a very healthy, happy, successful day or a not so great day. So in today's video, we are going to dive into my favorite hormone-healthy miracle morning routine that is sure to boost your health. And for those of you new here, hi, I'm Maddie Miles, a clinical herbalist and integrative health practitioner specializing in women's health. I created this channel and this podcast and this YouTube to be able to create and share empowering educational content with women to support women's health, especially women's hormone, fertility, and overall reproductive health. So if that sounds interesting to you, hit subscribe and stay up to date with all of my latest videos. So as you saw from the title of this video, we are going to talk about my favorite hormone-healthy miracle morning. So what inspired this? Well, what inspired a little bit of a makeover for my current hormone-healthy morning routine, and what inspired me to talk about this on our podcast was actually from my colleague and acupuncturist, who is just amazing, and she gave me the reminder to slow the heck down, which may be surprising for many of you listeners and viewers who are not new to me and to my channel, because you probably see me doing all of these things every single morning, every single day and evening that support my health. And while yes, I do that, I am also a two-time business owner and I have a lot going on in my life. As we all do, right? I'm not the only one who has a lot going on in her life. So that being said, I really got this gentle yet firm slap in the face, figurative slap in the face from my acupuncturist that I really need to work on modulating and reducing my stress. And for those of you who are not new here, you may be saying, Maddie, your morning routine always looks so lovely. What are you talking about? And it's true. I do. I'm very aware and conscious to move my body in a loving way that is in line with whichever phase of my cycle that I'm in, to nourish myself with very nourishing, high quality foods and drinking my herbal teas and taking my tinctures and all of these things. But I also do typically get right into like tidying up the house and cleaning up and putting dishes away from the night before, to taking care of my dog, to getting right into research as well. So I kind of just like get up and I'm like, let's go, let's do it, which I need to work on, because it's not good to just like immediately jump into things for the day, but rather if we want to be our healthiest, happiest, most vibrant selves, it's actually more important to take some time to experience some peace and quiet, to journal, to reflect, to visualize, to manifest, to deep breathe, all of these things which we are going to talk about as a part of this 5-step, yes, only 5-step hormone-healthy miracle morning routine. I was also inspired by my friend who shared this book with me called The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. And so this is where the miracle morning has really been described and has gained a lot of popularity. And while Hal's morning routine is absolutely amazing, and if anyone wants to read that book, you definitely should go check it out if you're interested. Like I usually want to do always, is I wanted to tailor it more so towards women, towards our hormones and our physiology, which changes all throughout our cycle. And on that note, if you are interested in like my full entire stack of what I do every single morning, everything from like the moment that I wake up and I reach over to my nightstand and I grab my basal body thermometer and take my BBT for temperature and ovulation tracking, to my oral health care routine, nutrition, breakfast. Like, if you want to know the entire stack, you should definitely check out this video that I'll link up below, where I break down Andrew Huberman's morning routine that gained a lot of attention and popularity. And I break it down. I explain how us women can really tailor that to be healthy for our hormones. And then I say exactly like what I do pretty much every single morning. Give and take, of course, because again, our physiology is changing throughout our ovulatory menstrual cycles, also known as the infradian rhythm. So how we live our lives and nourish our bodies and how we move our bodies, all of these things should also change throughout our cycle as well. Okay, so back to the miracle morning, right? Because I again, have this very hormone-healthy morning routine, which if you're interested in that, then you can go watch that video after this. But this is how I upgraded that hormone-healthy morning routine. So I added in these 5 super simple, easy steps. In the book, each step, well, first of all, I think in the book there are actually 6 steps and each one is 10 minutes long, so it takes an hour. That did not sound very exciting to me, to have to do this very specific routine for an hour. So again, like, even if this doesn't feel right for you, my version of this, which are 5 steps, 5 minutes each, which equals a total of 25 minutes. If that doesn't feel good to you, if you want to take out certain steps, please do that. If you want to add certain things in or make certain steps longer than 5 minutes or shorter than 5 minutes, you are a beautiful and unique individual. So bio-individuality always. Tailor everything in this video, this episode, and all of my content to you specifically and where you're at in your cycle and in your life and all of the things. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into step number 1. So the first step, again, this is after you've, woken up, you've taken your BBT, you've taken care of your oral hygiene before you actually drink any water and fluids to hydrate. So again, let's not even talk about all those other steps. Maddie, do not digress. Let's stay on track. So step number 1, as a part of this 5-step, 25-minute miracle morning hormone healthy routine, is silence. So this is one that I was actually already doing before. It's so lovely and it's so healthy. For some people, for some of us, these 5 minutes are the only 5 minutes we'll have all day to just be with our own thoughts, to listen to the sounds around us, whether we're outside or we're inside our own home, to just experience complete silence. This is going to do tremendous things for your nervous system, for your cognitive health, and your productivity for the rest of the day. So give yourself 5 minutes to just relax. After that, we get into 5 minutes of affirmation. So you can say this to yourself. You can also write it down. I find that writing things down in a journal really helps me between like the mind and the hand, all of this that's kind of going on as we're writing something out. I feel like it really does ingrain in our brain a lot more. So whatever you want to do, if you want to close your eyes and say the 5 affirmations to yourself, if you want to say them out loud, or if you want to write them down, you do you. But next, the second step is 5 minutes of affirmation. So it can be the same affirmation over and over again. It can be a couple of different ones, but some really great ones that I love to say are, I am healthy. I am kind. I am kind to myself. I am grounded. I experience peace. I attract positive, happy, healthy things in my life. Again, these are just some examples, but you choose what feels best for you and do that for 5 minutes. Next is the third step, which is 5 minutes of journaling. I used to journal all the time. I was so good at journaling. I would wake up every single morning, and as a part of my morning routine, I would journal. Usually it was while I was eating breakfast. And the last year or so, I've really been slacking on journaling. I don't know why. I feel as though it's probably because, again, I just wake up and get right into things. And although I'm not on my phone first thing when I wake up, I am doing things in terms of organizing and cleaning and tidying and reading research and just taking care of other things and my dog outside of myself. sometimes. So it was really nice when I started incorporating those 5 minutes of journaling back into my morning. And some mornings, actually most mornings, I do more than 5 minutes because usually I need more than just 5 minutes to actually write down in my journal everything that I am thinking and feeling and going on in my life. And sometimes I need less than 5 minutes. So some days I actually kind of just remove that altogether. Step number 4 is arguably my most favorite, which is 5 minutes of light movement and stretching. So I do a lot of like cat-cows and a short little vinyasa flow. I also frequently will stand on our vibration plate and really just get all of those limbs moving. If you want to learn more about lymphatic health, I will link up that video as well, either on the screen right here as you're watching and or in the description of this episode. But I just move my body for 5 minutes and it feels really nice, whether you're inside or you're outside, to just get some of the fluids moving and to really focus in on your breath and body connection. It's just wonderful. So it's just 5 minutes of light stretching and movement. Again, you can make this longer or shorter if you'd like to. And the last one, which is so tremendous for our nervous system and modulating inflammation, which therefore supports our hormone health and just so much, is to do 5 minutes of breath work. I personally love to also throw my legs up the wall and to get extra benefits from inverting my legs and just the circulatory benefits from that while breathing. So again, 5 minutes, right? Because we're doing like 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. And to allow yourself to just close your eyes, really be conscious and connected to your breath, and to have your legs up the wall for those extra added benefits if you want to. You also don't have to do that. You can just lay down. You can be seated, cross-legged. So really just the most important thing to do during this step is to have your eyes closed and to really just focus and hone in on your breath. And that's it. Yeah, just 5 steps, 5 minutes each for a total of 25 minutes. And then after that, you can and should eat a very healthy, nourishing breakfast, get outside and ground and get some fresh air and light if you haven't done that yet. Although I do highly recommend getting those 5 minutes of silence, which is step number 1, outside, because it's so nice and peaceful to hear the birds chirping. If you have birds and other little animals around you in the morning, or even just the sound of the city if you live downtown, and to just be really aware of your environment is very peaceful. But nourishing breakfast, getting outside, a face-friendly workout as well, and or a walk after breakfast, help balance your blood sugar, calling a loved one, such as your mom or your dad or your siblings or a niece or a nephew or a friend, and just spending whatever time you have left of your morning before you do need to sign into work or your obligations for the day to just take the utmost care of yourself on a mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical level. And that's a wrap. So in just 25 minutes, you have yourself a Hormone-Healthy miracle morning routine that you can tag on to another morning routine that you love, like we just talked about. And by doing this morning routine, you are harnessing millennia of human consciousness and experience to elevate your health, your mood, your productivity, your cognitive function, your hormone health and fertility and reproductive health. You're just boosting the entire health and well-being of you as an organism, as a beautiful, unique individual on this planet Earth. You are making your life and your health that much better by taking care of yourself, whether it's for 25 minutes or 60 minutes or longer than that, every single morning. And if you have a morning where you can't do this, don't stress. You can do this later in the day or in the evening, or maybe you have to take a day off and then you show up for yourself the next day. So don't stress. Please stress less, because stress is definitely not healthy for us or our hormones or our fertility. So don't stress. Just do this as feels best for you. And if it doesn't happen one day, don't worry about it. Just keep showing up for yourself in other ways throughout that day and the rest of the weeks and months and years and for the rest of your life. And I know that I already mentioned this, but I just want to reiterate that our needs as women does change throughout not just our ovulatory cycle, but also as we become pregnant and then go through postpartum and our mothers and then going in towards perimenopause and menopause. Our needs are constantly changing. So the goal of my content and this YouTube channel and podcast is to really allow for you all to just be so grounded in yourself and to be so in tune with yourself. And these symptoms or these signs that your body is giving you is really just some insight into how you can better take care of yourself. So I hope that feels good and nourishing to you. And thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please do hit the subscribe button so that you can stay up to date, and share this episode with a loved one who you think would benefit as well. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, peace, love, hormones. Drinking some herbal tea.